What's up everybody, welcome to John's Daily Hustle. Today we're going to take the Toro Timemaster 30-inch mower here and we're going to see how well does it hold on hills. So we're going to use it and mow a pretty steep incline and see how well does it actually handle. And I've actually got two different properties that I'm going to do it on, as both hills are just a little bit different. They're pretty steep, but one's a little bit taller than the other and one's pretty rough, as you guys will see. Hey, real quick before we do this, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button on this video, and if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and go check out some of my other videos. I might entertain you. So let's jump into this. Comment below how you think this is going to do before we even get started. So right here, I pretty much just want to show you guys the hill that we're working with here, the first hill that we're working with anyways, before we get to doing it. You guys can't really tell the justice of how steep this hill is. Obviously in the beginning of that video it's pretty steeper. Like right there you can see I actually kind of get a little bit of a running start to get up that hill. And as you guys can see in this video, or this angle, the further down I get, the steeper the hill actually is. And right here I try to push it up the hill, but as you guys can see, I ended up just going sideways because it doesn't have enough power. You guys will actually see later on in this video, you'll hear it. You'll actually hear the belt slipping as I try to go up it. It does not have enough traction or enough power to power itself up the hill. And right here you'll actually see, right there, I actually slid down the hill. It did not want to hold that steep part. As I said earlier, the further down this hill I get, the steeper it gets. I even couldn't stand on it with my own feet as I had to kind of run down it, otherwise I knew I was going to fall. So one thing to say for sure about this mower is it holds the hills just as well as you can pretty much. So if it's too steep of a hill for you to walk across, it's probably too steep for the mower and the mower will slide as well. I was at a bit of a benefit mowing right here or on this hill and the next hill you'll see, as I'm able to stand on somewhat of relatively flat ground. As you guys can see where my feet are, I was somewhat flat anyways, as opposed to the mower. As you've seen right there, I was on flat ground and that's not too terribly too tall or too steep of a hill right there, and the mower actually slid. So in some spots it does hold better than me, and in some spots it doesn't. I will say that's one flaw it has. I almost feel like it needs wider tires or maybe even bigger tires or something like that, and then it would really hold. So the entire time that I'm mowing this, I'm actually trying to hold the Toro up there. I'm kind of keeping it angling, and right there you guys can see, and I don't know if you can hear, the belt slip as I tried to push it up the hill. You would think that maybe if you start at the bottom and push it up and then kind of let it back itself down under its own power, it would work better, but it really doesn't. Right there again, you guys can see how much it slid. And this was done on a relatively dry day, or a relatively dry hill. Let's not even talk about adding any kind of moisture. So if the hill has any kind of wetness or has any kind of dampness on it, don't even think about trying to mow it with this, because it will not hold at all. So here is the second hill that we did. This hill is not quite as steep and not quite as tall. However, it's way rougher than the other hill. There's a lot of rocks and bumps and stuff. It's very uneven. And you guys can see right there, I'm doing everything I can just to keep the Toro at least mowing a straight line. And then right here is a good angle. You'll see I tried to go up and down on this hill to see if that worked better, but right there it really didn't want to do it under its own power. And it actually seemed like the belt was stopping me from doing it. I was using, the personal pace. It was kind of catching and it was just stopping me from going down smoothly. So if I just let it go, it was going to roll back and probably push me into the fence. So I didn't want to do that, so then I just kept going side by side. And as you guys will see, every little bump that I hit and every little rock that I hit, it really throws the mower off and makes it slide down the hill. Like right there, I'm really doing everything that I possibly can to hold that mower in a straight line, and it's just very impossible to do. So there you guys got to see two of the hills that I mow every week, and I did mow it with that. It does do it, as you guys can see, but it doesn't do it the best. Truth is, if you guys can get yourself a walk-behind mower, even if it's belt-driven or a hydro mower, whatever, as long as it's a walk-behind mower, I really think that's the best way to go when it comes to mowing hills. However, if you do already have the Toro Timemaster, it does work pretty well on hills, but I wouldn't recommend buying it just for mowing the hill. So if you've got a property or two or whatever you're already using it on, but it just happens to have a steep incline of some sort, yeah, go ahead and use it. I mean, it does beat using a trimmer. However, in some scenarios and in some cases, honestly, a trimmer might be a lot better, faster, and safer than using this on it, especially if it's any wet at all. If it just rained, I highly recommend just using a trimmer, especially if it's thick and tall. As you guys know, this thing doesn't have the most power. So If it's any thick or overgrown, I recommend just using a trimmer. And the other thing too, while it did mow that hill, it was definitely a workout and it definitely beat me up just trying to do. So if the hill's a pretty big one or it's a pretty long hill or you have to do it a lot, I highly recommend going and picking up a walk behind mower. Or I just highly recommend you go and find a zero turn that'll actually hold hills pretty well. But not all zero turns hold hills and not all of them are safe to use. So a walk behind mower is your best bet, if not using a trimmer. Now this Timemaster, the one I have, it does just have the standard straight tires on it, or the straight wheels on it. They do make a universal kit that actually has caster tires for the front of it that you can buy. I don't know if that would help hold the hill at all or not, or if it would just want to angle down and keep going down the hill at all. It might hold it better with the casters, I don't know. That would be something someone would have to try. So if any of you guys have casters on it and you've put it on a hill or used it on a hill, comment it below how well it does. I would actually like to maybe even purposely buy casters now for this just to compare it. That might actually be a future video we'll try and do on my channel just to see how well it works. So be sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss that video when it comes out, because I really do want to try it now, and I'm always like to try new things and kind of be your guys' guinea pigs for doing different things just to see how well it works. So be sure you're subscribed and be sure to hit the thumbs up video to give me more motivation to go ahead and buy those casters. And if you guys can think of any other video you would like to see with the Toro Timemaster, go ahead and comment below, as I'm always open to ideas and, different videos to make. Or it doesn't just have to be for the Toro Timemaster, it could be for anything on my channel that you guys would like to see. Comment it below and we'll see what I can do. I'm always up for entertaining you guys. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, I will see you on the next one.